you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to do kind of this simple cut crease that is easy for any of you guys to do. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, just go ahead and hit that button down below so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. I upload every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. I know I've been a little bit behind on videos, but I promise I am getting back on track. So if you want to see how I got this look, let's just go ahead and jump right in.
Alright, so I'm going to start off by priming my eyelids with the Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer. And I love this stuff, especially that it has a tint to it because it covers up all my veins in my eyes and any redness that I have. So I highly recommend this stuff, and it keeps my eyeshadow in place all day, which is absolutely amazing, especially on my oily eyelids. Alright, next I'm going to be taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to be taking the more skin toned shade that's in here, and I'm going to set that eyelid primer with it. And I'm using the Morphe E22 to do that. And then of course, taking some Scotch tape, I'm going to put that on the corners of my eyes. And then going into the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette, I'm going to take this light brown shade and I'm going to put that as my transition shade. And I'm using the Morphe M441 to do that. Alright, going back into that palette, I'm going to take this pinky red shade and I'm putting that right on top of that transition shade, but leaving a little bit of that brown tone peeking out just to give some dimension to the eye. And I'm using a Morphe M513 for that. Alright, taking that same brown shade from earlier on my Morphe M441 again, I'm just going to blend out any lines that we may have. Alright, so moving on to this dark mauve shade, which I absolutely love because it made this look. And I'm putting it right below that pinky red shade that we had just put in our crease. And I am using a Morphe M433 to do that. And you could see that I'm bringing it down into the corner of my eyelid just a little bit, just because I don't want a sharp cut crease. I want to make this cut crease a little bit softer. Alright, so going back in with that pinky red shade from earlier, I'm just going to take it and blend out any lines between the two shades just to make the transition between them a little bit smoother. Alright, then of course, taking that transition shade from earlier, I am just going to go in and soften up the edges and just make it all blend smoothly. Alright, next I'm taking my concealer and I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Any concealer will work for this, but I am taking my Morphe M326 and I am just carving out that eyelid with the concealer because this is where we're going to go in and put our shimmer shade later on. Now that I have everything all carved out, I'm going to take that Kat Von D Shade and Light palette from earlier and that same skin tone shade, and I'm just going to set that concealer just so that our next shade will go on very smoothly. Alright, so going into the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm going to be taking this Champagne Shimmer color, which is one of my favorites in the palette, on a flat definer brush and then wetting it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus just to make it pop a little bit more. And I'm going to put it on the eyelid where I carved that out earlier with concealer. Alright, going back in with that dark mauve shade, I'm just going to blend it into that shimmer shade just so everything blends nicely and that there are no lines. Alright, so going back in with that mauve shade, I'm going to take my Sigma E05, which is just a very nice pointed brush. It is actually an eyeliner brush, but I love the effect and how it helps me really carve out that crease. Alright, going back in with that transition shade just one more time, I'm just going to blend out those edges just to make sure everything is blended and not so harsh. Alright, and now I'm just going to take off that tape and I will clean up any lines that need it. Next, taking my favorite liquid eyeliner, which is the Wet n Wild Maybelline in black, and I'm just going to go in and create a winged liner to go with this look. Next, I'm just going to go in and curl my eyelashes before I put a small coat of mascara on. And then I'm taking one of my favorites at the moment, which is the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Mascara. And I'm just going to put a light coat on before I put false lashes on. Alright, and then for lashes, I'm taking these Eylure number 115. And then once those are on, I'm going to go back into that Huda Beauty palette, taking that pinky red shade on my Morphe M432. And I'm just going to press that shade on my lower lash line. Next, taking that brown shade that we used earlier for our transition on my Sigma Pencil E30, I'm just going to blend that pinky red shade out. And then to finish up the look, I'm just going to take that same mascara and add a small coat on my bottom lashes.
Alright you guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!